There's something few people dare to say clearly. Falling in love in a man is neither linear, nor simple, nor superficial. It's a deep inner process that touches unconscious layers, activates old fears, and awakens desires he often doesn't even understand. Today on Brighter Self, we'll explore the emotional stages a man goes through when falling in love, through the lens of Carl Jung, one of the most brilliant psychologists of the 20th century. A man who didn't speak of love as just a feeling, but as a true transformation of the soul. Because for Jung, to love someone is to meet oneself through the other. But before that can happen, there's a path. 1. When a man falls in love for the first time, or every time something truly shakes him, he's not only falling for a specific woman, he's falling for what she represents inside of him. Jung called this inner image the anima, the feminine archetype within a man's unconscious. It's his sensitive, intuitive, emotional side, his soul. The first stage of falling in love is the projection of the anima onto the other person. The man sees in her what he longs for within himself: softness, beauty, magic, tenderness, depth, or sometimes what he feels he lacks. That's why infatuation can be so intense, idealized, even overwhelming. He's not seeing the woman as she truly is, but as his soul wants her to be. This stage is sweet, yet dangerous, because the bond is not with the person, but with an inner image. 2. Once the anima has been projected, the man enters the phase of idealization. Everything about her seems perfect: her voice, her scent, her gestures, the way she speaks. The connection feels magical, almost fated. He truly believes he's found the one. But what's really happening is that he's placing his own unrecognized emotional energy onto her, as if he's handed his soul over to another. This stage is intense, addictive, and it might last a long time, or very little. The important thing to understand is that this is not real love yet. It's fascination, desire mixed with fantasy. Above all, it's the reflection of an internal longing. 3. At some point, the perfect image begins to crack. The other person starts showing aspects that don't align with the initial fantasy. She has flaws, reactions, wounds, boundaries. And this is when the man confronts something Jung considered essential: his own shadow. The shadow is everything we deny within ourselves, and love has the power to bring it to the surface. Instead of only seeing what he admires in her, he starts noticing what bothers him, what triggers him, what makes him feel insecure. Some men flee at this stage. They say, "I don't feel the same anymore," when in fact they're seeing the other person more clearly than ever. Others stay, but feel conflicted, because to love truly is to see the other as they are, and to see oneself too, without masks. This stage can be painful, confusing, even chaotic, but it's absolutely necessary, because infatuation begins to fade, and something deeper starts to emerge. 4. At this point, the man enters a quiet crisis. Outwardly, he may appear fine, but inside he's struggling between the desire to love and the fear of losing himself. Many men feel the urge to pull away here, to create distance, to think, to make excuses. Not because they don't love, but because they're fighting their own inner demons. Carl Jung said, "There is no awakening of consciousness without pain." And love, when real, awakens. It challenges. It shakes old foundations. This is the stage where the man must choose: keep running from himself, or dare to look within. 5. If the man dares to move through the crisis, something powerful happens. He begins to integrate his anima. He no longer seeks in the other what he lacks. Now he recognizes that it exists within himself too: tenderness, sensitivity, the capacity for emotional intimacy. They're no longer external traits he admires. They're inner energies he begins to embody. At this stage, the man can begin to love from a new place, from wholeness, not from need. He stops idealizing, he stops depending, and he starts seeing. And in that real, mature, imperfect, luminous vision, conscious love is born. 6. The final stage is not an ending, but a beginning. When a man has passed through all of the above, he is finally ready to love truly, no longer from dependency, nor from the desire to be completed, but from the freedom to choose. To love here is not to lose oneself, or to merge completely, or to possess. It's to walk alongside someone, without ceasing to be oneself. Jung said that the meeting of two people is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is a reaction, both are transformed. And that's what happens in real love. It's not about perfection. It's about transformation, about seeing each other, supporting each other, growing together, light and shadow included. So, what can a woman do? Many women who love a man going through this journey ask themselves, what can I do to make him stay, to make him truly fall in love, to stop him from running away just when everything felt right? And the hardest truth to hear is also the most honest. You cannot force anyone to move through their inner process if they're not ready. But there is something that helps. Don't chase, don't pressure, and don't shrink yourself. The woman who inspires a man to move through these stages into real love is not the one who insists, but the one who remains authentic, grounded, and free. The one who doesn't push, but doesn't disappear either. When a man realizes he doesn't need to run to preserve himself, or vanish to find peace, he can begin to soften and open. But if he feels pressure, expectation, or fear in the relationship, he often pulls away, not because there's no love, but because he feels he's losing his inner freedom. Not all men reach real love. Some stay stuck in idealization, others confuse comfort with connection, and some skip stages just to avoid discomfort, but end up in empty, repetitive relationships. Only those who dare to go inward, to evolve, and to stop using the other as a mirror or savior, can reach a love that is free, deep, and true. The stages of falling in love in a man are not a formula, nor a predictable path. But when we look through the eyes of the soul, we can see that each stage is an opportunity for growth, for integration, for awakening. Not every man walks through these stages in the same way. Some get stuck in fantasy, others run from conflict. But every time a man loves with courage, he transforms himself, because love, through Jung's lens, is a bridge between who we are and who we can become. And only when a man stops searching outside for what already lives within is he truly ready to share his love with someone else. If this message resonated with you, share it. It may help someone who's on the same path. And if you want to keep exploring the human mind, heart and soul, subscribe to Brighter Self. We'll meet again soon in another video, growing from the inside out.